Yeah, another thing I wrote down here. So I wrote down dams break. So it's what it feels like right now to me is a dam breaking.
Yeah.
And then the second thing I wrote down was that apparently being the status quo affects your hearing.
Yeah.
Be
You
because
can't friggin' listen to anything.
because you can't listen to anything, you don't hear anything,
Yeah.
and you don't even tune in to the right channels. So clearly there was something going on in the country that great swaths of liberal progressive people who would call themselves liberal and progressive, and I call myself liberal and progressive,
As have I in the past.
you know, and they clearly had no idea that the country was seething against foreign aid, or, huge parts of the country were seething against foreign aid. And they also had no idea that this transgender issue
Was breaking apart the country. Yeah.
had become I don't even know how to describe this, had become a lightning rod. Well, this has been in the papers.
Yeah.
That the websites for the Department of Defense have been expunged of any references to homosexuality, so that the B-29 that dropped the atomic bomb on Hiroshima, Enola Gay, is been expunged, and that there's a conference being held at the Gaylord Hotel, a Nashville, Tennessee-based chain, where supposedly people are I feel for the poor Gaylord.
No, hold on.
But I've heard that. People have told me this.
No, right. But just to be clear, those were on a list that were flagged by AI. That doesn't mean they're actually being expunged.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That they were flagged by AI?
Yes. And so a human being can go through that and say, oh, that's the Gaylord Hotel, or that's the Enola Gay.
Oh, okay. Now see, there's a very good example of people not hearing or fully understanding the story.
Straight into, so this is the thing, when you go all Daffy Duck.
Yeah.
This is an emotional reaction.
On both sides.
On both sides. 100,000,000% on both sides.
Yeah.
There's an emotional reaction to a group of people who feel like they've been out of power for a long time.
Exactly.
Coming into power, and a group of people who didn't realize that they were in power for a long time, losing power. And they're like, wait a minute, we were in power. We felt always felt defensive.
Yeah, it's like the area that is open for discussion has been narrowed down to this area of approved topics. And
that was
the
true
status
before the Trump
quo
administration.
Oh, no, I agree. I'm actually talking about that. The status quo didn't mean to do that.
But it happened.
Didn't mean to give other people the impression to do that. Some would argue with me that the status quo did mean to do that. Right. Yeah. But in any case, by saying that these are the only things we can talk about, you've really created this resentment that is like almost impossible to heal from. I just want to finish with a totally inappropriate joke.
Excellent. Finally, Carmen can tell this joke.
No. That someone was saying, we were talking about the Gaylord and the Enola Gay, and then some wag popped up and said, well, don't let them know about Transcom. Transcom is actually a military command. It's the name. Transportation Command. And so, oops. So it is a good joke, right? It's a good joke.
It is a good joke.